Hey, this is Jerry from BK Fitness and Combatives, showing you one of my go-to physical self-defense tactics. The reason I emphasize the physical is because that's only going to be a part of your overall self-defense strategy. The main components are always going to be awareness and detection. Now, what do I mean by emphasizing awareness and detection? Because just 1 second, one full second, could be the difference between this and this. Now, one thing I did not include in that demo was a very important part of your strategy, which is to attract as much attention as possible. Just going to make a shitload of noise. Didn't want to do that because I didn't want to freak the neighbors out, but if you did, it might look something like this.
You trying to get me? Call the police, bitch.
So the technique I'm talking about is one that I think is super simple, super effective, checks off all the boxes for things that you're going to want to do in a self-defense situation, and it works. It has worked against literally animals. So there was a story recently where a little girl saved her dog from an alligator using what I'm about to show you. And there's another story that I remember from a surfer that was able to fend off a great white shark attack. The surfer wound up losing his leg, but the shark lost an eye. And here we go. What I'm talking about is imagining that your attacker's face is a Halloween mask and you're trying to tear the mask off. And your focus is on using your sense of touch, not your sense of sight. So you're feeling what you're doing and you're putting the hands on the face. Now you can use some force to smack the hands. You can use a strike, but you're putting the hands on the face and then closing the fingers and trying to take something with you, focusing on the eyes. Now, the guy might have a defensive response and turn his head because nobody's just going to sit there and let you tear at their eyes. But in turning, they'll give you an ear, they'll give you a nose, they'll give you a lip. So if you can't get the eyes, you're trying to tear one of those things off. The idea here is that you're not trying to win a fight. You're just trying to create the opportunity to escape. And there are very few things that will freak somebody out the way getting their face torn at will do. So that will create a moment of hesitation. And that's the idea. Create that moment where the person hesitates and then you're running and you're screaming, right? I like this too because it also doesn't require a great stance or a great balance, right? So I can just grab and the person is just, right? Very, very, very disturbing to have someone touching their face. And even if they're off balance, you can still do it, right? One last thing I'm going to mention with that is if you get grabbed this way and you're smothered, right? You're not going to be able to strike. But what you're going to try to do is have one hand in front of the face and one hand behind. So one palm in front, not the back of the hand palm, right? Because you're feeling. And if I turn and you can switch, right? And if I grab you like this, yep. So it can be worked from all different angles. And as soon as you get that hesitation, you run off, right? That's the idea. And I'm going to show you one more thing that you can do to practice this. And all you need is a pillow and a wall. So the drill that we have is really simple, and all you need is a pillow and a wall. So the idea here is, actually going to stand right here. You're going to pin the pillow to the wall. Go ahead, right, with one hand, right? And now you're going to switch hands and grab the pillow. Grab it, squeeze it, right? Do the same thing with the other hand, and just keep doing that. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep grabbing, squeezing, grabbing and squeezing, grabbing and squeezing. And you could speed that up a little bit. Boom, boom. Keep the pillow up high. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. See that? And that's it. So you're training the hand to smack at the face and then grab, grab, grab and rip, grab and rip, grab and rip, grab and rip, grab and rip. Yep. And that way you get your hands used to the sensation of doing it, which is really important, right? So it's one thing to just remember to do something, but when you get the actual feel of it, then your body will remember it. And when you're in a dangerous situation, your body will go to what it knows. And it's a pretty simple thing to do. It doesn't require months or years of practicing and mastering it or whatever. Super simple. You're just grabbing, tearing, grabbing, tearing. If they get close to you, you do this or you do that, and you rip, 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 rip. You can bite. You can do a bunch of stuff. And as soon as you get the chance, you're running and you're screaming. That's going to be the idea. So one thing I do have to mention is that this type of technique is something to be taken pretty seriously. You would want to do it if you really felt like your life was in danger. In the eyes of the law, it is considered a pretty extreme thing to try to tear at someone's eyes, to try to tear at someone's face. That's pretty much maiming. And it would be excessive to do that if you were just in like a garden variety fight. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel like get into the material, get into this face card. I feel like if you're coming for me, I'm in danger. I should not be fighting nobody. So if they coming at the diva, they need that.
They need getting their eyes torn out?
Obviously, it
No,
wasn't working
yeah,
anyway.
no, that's going to be a pretty bad idea. So you would have to sort of scale it down. That would be more like maybe, I don't know, punching?
Mm, maybe a good 1-2, a good hair grab 1-2 always does the trick.
All right, so that would be more appropriate if they're doing what with the diva? What were you saying?
If they're hating on the
If they're
diva,
hating on the diva. Yeah, all right. So if they're hating on the diva, you punch, right? If they're threatening your life, you tear at the face mask. So, to recap, always be alert. Detect your threats as soon as you can. That'll give you your best chance at escaping. If you're unable to escape and you're getting attacked, you are tearing at the face, you're feeling for the eyes, you pretend it's a mask, you're trying to rip it off, and you're focusing on the eyes. Even if you can't see it, you're feeling, you're tearing, you're feeling, you're tearing until you feel that grip loosen, until you feel that you can get a little bit of distance, and then you're running, and then you're screaming. But remember, if your life is being threatened, yes. If they're hating on the diva, no.